Alright, Arrow fans, our look at Season 5 now continues on with the following episode, Second Chances. The scene opens with a flashback to 3 years back in Central City to perceive how Tina Boland got her sonic shout. Tina was a cop in Central City 3 years back who was caught by a mobster. Shortly as the Cross manager was going to murder her accomplice, the Atom Smasher mishap, the wing of the Flash's forces, occurred, making her get her sonic shout. At the current day, all the other group are checking possibilities to turn a major train in Black Canary. Everybody brings Ollie qualified up-and-comers. However, Ollie continues contrasting the lore and discovers them wanton. At long last, Curtis raises an urban legend, a wandering lady who ensures wrongdoing casualties across America with a sonic shout. Ollie visits Diggle in jail, where he discovers that General Walker was put over her head under screening for defilement. However, that the examination was closed down. Pursuit proposes that the record, despite everything exists, so Ollie says Off that he hacked the NSA. In a flashback, Ollie awakens in a safe house. Charlie Glow uncovers that she's gotten her dirty work done on Ollie and says that he knew one of her understudies, Yao Fei. Back at the Arrow Cave, Curtis posts a film of Tina Boland in real life and says she was recently seen in Hub City. Along these lines, Oliver gets the group ready and heads to Hub City. Discover Tina on a house up and offers her a spot on the group. She's on her train, then she cautions them that the off chance that they meddle, she'll send them back to Star City with their nuts in a sling. The following morning, Ollie, Curtis, and Renee have breakfast at Big Belly Burger. Curtis makes sense of Tina's personality. Silver brings Captain Seeing over in from Central City for more data. After Oliver has the Flash leave a post-it note on Seeing's PC demonstrating he's genuine, Seeing says that Boland was on a profound spread task until her accomplice was murdered. A short time later, Boland Quinn hasn't been seen since. Another flashback, Ollie still remains that Charlie prepared Yao Fei, says she looks half Yao Fei's age. Charlie says that Ollie is bound too far beyond a Bradford part, yet Oliver is just keen on slaughtering Kovar. Charlie gives Oliver the name and an area of one of Kovar's partners and says she'll help him return, listening to him on her suggestion later. Lucy hacks into the NSA. Oliver discovers that Walker's record has been cleaned, which means they have no data. Green and Wild Dog track Tina to a high-rise, looking at her terminating one of the mobsters from the earliest starting point of the scene. At the moment Greeno tries to intervene, Tina utilizes her sonic shot to shoot him over the room, and afterwards snaps the mobster's neck with her shout. Wild Dog stops her utilizing the sonic dampener. It's past the point of no return. The mobster is dead. So different mobsters storm the structure, and in the gunfire, Tina escapes through the window. While Wild Dog stops the mobsters, Oliver pursues Tina. At the point he finds her, Oliver makes a pitch. He'll insist on finding the man who executed her accomplice on the off chance that she doesn't help her. She's not persuaded and flees once more. The following morning, Curtis clarifies that Tina's following Sean Sonis. Sonis showed up in Hub City to exploit the force vacuum left by Tobias Church's passing. It's also an indication called Slide to youngsters. While Curtis and Renee need to let Tina slaughter Sonis, where Oliver comprehends what she's experienced and needs help. In flashback, Charlie and Oliver attack Kovar's partner at Central Station, while Charlie just outfitted with a bow. Lucy scoured the dark web for a hint of Walker's record, and she gets a terminal message offering to help. Curtis hacks Subsidy's camera framework so he can follow either Tina or Sonis. Renee is persuaded that discovering Tina is the correct move, but Curtis persuades him that the group is about renewed opportunities. Tina discovers Sonis and utilizes another meta-power that instigates Vertigo to take her out. Oliver and Renee appear just under the wire, and Sonis gets away. Chris makes sense of that Sonis additionally has sonic forces, but Tina awakens and says she knows where Sonis will be. Tina denies Oliver assistance by and by, which Richard Wild Dog says is a self-destruction crucial. Oliver and Charlie take out Kovar's partner and his men. At the point when Kovar's partner attempts to pay off Oliver punches the life out of him with his weapon. Lucy gets together with a dark web contact and finds that she's fundamentally a more youthful variant of herself, complete with cumbersomeness. The lady works for an association called Helix, which is fundamentally a WikiLeaks association. The lady says she needs to move Felicity to turn into a hacktivist once more, and gives her the data to absolve Diggle. Since Tina wouldn't tune into Green Arrow, Oliver uncovers her character. He assists her with bringing down Sonus and leave, without any hidden obligations. Green Arrow, Tina, Wild Dog go up against Sonus and his men on a housetop while they attempt to acquire a shipment of medications through a helicopter. Wild Dog utilizes Curtis's dampener to close up Sonus's capacity. After they bring down the entirety of Sonus's men, Tina goes up against Sonus. Oliver attempts to talk her down, however Tina shoots Sonus in any case and leaves. Oliver returns to Star City, where Felicity lines him concerning Diggle's record. At the point when Oliver leaves, Felicity opens up Walker's record and finds an entire boatload of different documents. Kindness of Felix in their Pandora program. Oliver and Chase reveal to Diggle that he's been liberated on bail, and that Chase has recorded a movement to excuse. In the last flashback, Charlie discloses to Oliver that he continued searching for battles when his dad left him a rundown of individuals to deal with back in Star City. Charlie says that she's been in Oliver's position and gives her Yalfei's hood, saying there's a beast within him, so he needs to give it a character. Just when it becomes something else, he will be able to be liberated to be Oliver Queen once more. Tina visits Oliver at his office in Star City. She sees that she thought she'd feel free without Sonus, so she'd feel free with Sonus dead. However, despite everything, she feels a great deal of agony. She asks Oliver how he oversees. Oliver says he doesn't only do it. He doesn't do only it. Oliver says his group is about renewed opportunities and says that possibly she's his additional opportunity. She usually covers that Tina Bolin was only her spread name. Her genuine name is Dinah Drake. Okay then. So anyway, let's take a look at some trivia from this episode. In a flashback, Talia tells Oliver to use a bow and arrow requires patience and discipline. He later sees the next scene to Helena Bertinelli in Vendetta. A notable crossover with The Flash occurred in this episode, along with the appearance of David Singh and the Central City Police Department. When searching for New Canada's Black Canary, Renee mentions well known being a fight pilot, which occurs released to Top Gun, a 1986 fight film starring Tom Cruise. This episode reveals that Oliver received his bow and hood suit from Talia al Ghul in Russia. In the flashbacks, when Oliver wonders how Talia trained Yalfei when she looks half his age, Talia chalks it up to a family secret. This is not to the Lazarus Pit, but for Oliver met Ra's al Ghul. At the beginning of the episode, Linda Park can be seen at the TV screen reporting on the Star Labs particle accelerator. This is the first appearance of Linda since Enter Zoom. However, in a Sierra version of the character played by Olivia Chen. Unlike the Flash's pilot, which used footage of Chen from Three Ghosts, this episode saw the return of the actress. This is the first episode of Arrow to feature three metahumans: Dinah Drake, Sean Sonus, and The Flash. Sonus is their metahuman to become the main villain of an Arrow episode after Jake Simmons in Broken Arrow and Jeremy Tell in Restoration. This is the second time the particle accelerator explosion is seen in Arrow. The first time was in Season 2's Three Ghosts. The title comes from the episode's theme of finding second chances with Team Arrow, which is acknowledged by Renee, Cruz, Oliver, and Dinah Drake. This is the only episode to feature Clayton Shetty in the role of Vincent Sobel. In the next season, Sobel is played by Johan Erb. Steve Basek, who plays Sonus, appeared in another TV show called Second Chances, which coincidentally the name of this episode. The room where Oliver and Renee investigate the pursuit of Tina's 511. This room corresponds to the episode number, Season 5, Episode 11. And now finally, let's take a look at a goof. In the prologue for the episode, Linda's reporting on the countdown to the activation of the particle accelerator in what looks like broad daylight. However, when the accelerator is about to explode, it's dark and pouring, with Linda holding an umbrella. If it was the accelerator that caused the terrain, there's no way a storm could have formed so fast, and it was previously confirmed to be nighttime during the explosion. So this episode is kind of interesting, and yeah, I'm curious as to see whether Oliver's gonna accept Giant Drake as to be a new part. As whether Giant Drake's gonna be a new addition to Team Arrow 2.0. So yeah. So overall, I give second chances 4 arrowheads out of 5. Anyway, tune in as we check the final episode of the day, Bratva. So until then, in the words of Oliver Queen, you have failed this city.